All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
53, Mike. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Tight dog. Hey, seam 6.
Let's go.
Throwing on first down. Purdy. And right away, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line.
Ball.
He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a two-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. I get it. Two-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Come on,
the defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal.
Four down.
Get it.
Following the fumble recovery. Glenn. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL. But I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover.
Check.
Yep.
53's
Look,
Mike.
squeeze.
53's Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come.
Steve Griffin.
On first and 10, Purdy. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation in there. The defense won the battle.
Hey, we got Mike, number...
Hey.
Mike, 53.
Hey, Sam on.
They're running.
Hey.
Check 3.
High 7.
To throw again, Purdy. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gregory. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
Off.
Look at me. Go on.
From the gun, Purdy. And this one's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Bring it.
Go.
53's the Mike. 53's the Mike.
Hey, defense.
Ready?
Off play action, Purdy. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Miles Boykin, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
All day, punt.
Shift.
Check. Shoot.
Operating from the gun, Glenn. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A nice pickup there, 19 yards, and they're set up better for 3rd. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
I got him. Hit it.
From the gun, Glenn. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Switch it. SOS.
Hurry. Now.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Check, 93's the mic, 93.
Rock it.
Come on, D. Switch.
Get it.
On first down, Purdy able to get away. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Aaron Donald in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Looking to throw. Purdy. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive.
Keep on coming, baby.
I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last for
a long time.
No doubt.
56.
Let's go. Go.
Throwing on first down. Glenn. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
You see me?
Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
2nd and 15.
Watch the pass.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll finally be taken down, but he gets inside the Houston 20. A big third down play there for the Jags. 41 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Interception, baby, all day.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Let's go. Hey, Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. It's our time.
Operating from the gun. Purdy steps away. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Hey, zoom.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Here we go.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Watch out.
Hey.
I got it.
Hey. High 7.
Mike, 53.
Back to throw. Purdy. It fights him off. Eluding the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill, and defenders weren't quite as adept at that.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Touchdown.
In for the score, and the Jaguars have taken the lead. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
All day, baby. Let's go.
Down.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And now a fumble. The ball's out. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity missed.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Off the play fake. Purdy. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again.
Check, 93's the mic, 93.
Looking to throw on second down. Purdy. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Purdy. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This is fielded at the 27. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
Here we go, D. All day, defense.
Hey, Haywood. Go.
On 1st and 10. Glenn. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
We got this.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
He's checking crabs.
On 1st down, Purdy. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They can't stop.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Come on, set.
The Texans on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the gun, Purdy.
Come on here, come get some. He don't want it.
He's got a man. That's caught, left sideline.
Come on, baby, let's go.
But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, you know, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Looking to throw. Purdy. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. Back to throw. Purdy. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gregory.
That's it,
now, after the
baby.
completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down. On fourth down, Purdy. He sets to fire deep. And that is going to be incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here we go.
Mike,
50, plant.
Right there.
Hey, Echo.
I got one.
Operating from the gun, Glenn. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stain.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Point after here coming up. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
The Texans take over.
There we go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Down.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
You're not ready.
Hey, high 7.
53.
Throwing on first down. Purdy, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Now.
From the gun, Purdy. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Ready up.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished.
And this is caught. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
Come on, fellas.
It's a big play for the Jaguars. 55 yards. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
That's it, huh? Good work,
A
boys.
great
Let's
effort
go.
there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And now look at him go. Touchdown, Houston. Miles Boykin with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans cut into that lead. A try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. Ready?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So the face mask certainly helps things as they'll start up past the 30 on first down.
Hey, come on, O. Come on, O.
Hey!
I got you.
Operating from the gun. Purdy.
Penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Throw left side complete. That's Gregory. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout.
Let's do this.
And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Set, ready? 70, Indy.
53.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Give me that ball, defense.
Hey, Delta. Yes, yes.
Check nickel.
Watch twist.
Hey, but
On first and 10, Purdy trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
come on, set.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
That's the pass. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
53.
Hey, Haywood.
53.
Ready?
Throwing again. Purdy. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gregory. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
Come on,
Now
man.
the Jags
Let's
will
go.
use the second of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
That's right, baby. They don't
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Go, go.
Hey, they scared. They scared.
Mike, 50.
From the gun, Purdy.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
That's what I do.
Bravo.
53's the Mike. 53.
Looking to throw. Purdy. Going right side here, and that's complete. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Let's go.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot. Come on, boy. Hit it.
Back to throw. Purdy fighting to stay upright. And he's going to go down again. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
53.
Operating from the gun, Purdy. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to
and that's caught inside the 35. A big play there just before halftime. 56 yards.
Down. 18 Gator.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando. That's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
On the ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. Right
Go.
there. 56.
So don't say nothing.
Off play action. Glenn.
Let's go, defense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Give me some.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Texans take over an excellent field position.
Hey, Echo.
Check, 93's the mic. 93.
Now.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
You better get
I'm
ready,
coming.
quarterback.
On first down, Purdy. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
Get ready.
At their own 36-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Hey, zoom. Ready.
Off the play fake. Glenn. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Go.
Looking to throw. Glenn, flush to his right. And the pressure gets to him again.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw. Glenn going up top. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now.
Golf.
Mike, 53.
From the gun, Purdy.
Watch the run.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. They'll try again from the 36 on second and 10.
Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
To throw again. Purdy going for the deep ball. And that's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. With his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Ready, break.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check.
Hey, Alpha.
Throwing again. Glenn. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. A big third down play there for the Jags. 54 yards.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in the game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that cat?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
2nd and 5. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are able to regain the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not a very good return at all as he won't even get this back to the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Guys, it's game. Hey, Haywood. Check, 93's the mic. Go.
Looking to throw. Purdy. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It got his man complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 96 yards as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Ready, set.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that? Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity missed there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Buzz. 57.
57.
Operating from the gun. Glenn. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
You got nothing.
Hit it.
Back to throw. Glenn. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Go. Go.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Yeah.
Looking to throw. Glenn. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Back to throw. Glenn. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. In for the score as his guys have now moved out in front. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score defensively. How do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it, having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Let's go, let's go.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Purdy. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
53's the mic. 53.
You're out.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Purdy.
Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they finally get him down at the other 46.
Let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
A huge play there for Houston. 41 yards. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter.
53's the mic. 53 is the mic.
Throwing on 1st down. Purdy. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let him know, let him know.
Hey, Echo.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Exit, exit. 53's the mic. 53.
Hey, lock it. Ready.
To throw again. Purdy.
You ain't doing nothing.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, no Texans start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Check, 53's Mike. You're trapped.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Purdy. And that is incomplete. A 4th and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this.
And how about this, a fake? Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. picked off near the 29, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Okay, it was fourth down, but you still had time here in the fourth quarter. Instead, they make the decision to go for it in their own side of the field, and this ball winds up getting intercepted.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
57. Mike, 57.
He runs.
On 1st and 10, Glenn.
You ain't doing nothing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And look at this. They get the turnover. They needed it, and he lost the football. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, Glenn. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right.
Off play action. Glenn. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 14, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the...
He's got a man, complete. A big-time play there for the Texans. 41 yards.
Here we go.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic. You go night-night. Time to go night-night.
Get it.
Check, 93's the mic.
Operating from the gun. Purdy. He's going to look deep down the field. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. As his guys are in for 6, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Down.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He's going to let this one go deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And they're able to break the tie. It's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And that one goes virtually nowhere. Tried the fake extra point, but nothing comes of it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike, 53.
Look, squeeze.
Mike.
I smell fear in that.
From the gun, Purdy.
Ship.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down.
Let's go now.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down.
Mike 53.
It's just me and you.
Hey, Sam on.
Check 43.
Ready.
Throwing again, Purdy. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long.
Buzz.
Check. 53's Mike.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
Go.
Operating from the gun, Purdy. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go. It's caught inside the 25.
Come on,
A
fellas.
huge play there for Houston. 42 yards.
10 Lobo.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10.
Mike, 53. 52.
From the gun, Purdy.
I'm coming.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
218, chopper. Go.
Win the rep. Let's go right here.
Let's go.
Bravo.
Mike, number 53. Mike 53.
On first down, Purdy. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play.
53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Throwing again on second and 10. Purdy. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Aaron Donald. Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Mike, 53.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Mike.
Hey, pick it up, defense.
Now.
Throwing on third and long. Purdy. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Hey, watch the ball.
53's the Mike. 53's the Mike.
On fourth down, Purdy.
Man out.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. From 10 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Glenn, he's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Whip.
Back to the air on second down. Glenn flushed out right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
On the ready.
The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Smoke. Yo, let's go.
Mike, 56,
Operating
right
from the
there,
gun.
56.
Glenn.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Two huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on second down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die fourth down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They are just brimming with it right now.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called.
Let's go.
If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do it. Got his man, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with a minute 4 left to go in the game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. From the gun, Purdy to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incomplete. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 40, past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed.
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show.
Watch QB draw.
We got a plane to catch.
Throwing to start the drive. Glenn. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. The receivers have been running them ragged. Maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter.
Come on now, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Glenn. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
6 man.
Go.
Check curls. Switch.
Yo, go.
Mike's 56.
Get it.
To throw again. Glenn. Here we go. This to avoid overtime. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he takes it all the way down to the 3.
Play to win.
A huge play there in overtime. 78 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Go ahead, baby.
Hey, Alpha.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56.
Watch the slats. Watch the...
Now a first throw here in overtime. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime,
Let's go.
you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. We know there's already a spotlight on this rookie quarterback, an even bigger spotlight here in overtime of this game, a costly pick.
No doubt about that, but here's the key. Game's not over. He may very well get another shot at this thing. So now he's got to go to the sideline, hope his defense picks him up, and be ready to go back out there and maybe make a similar throw, hopefully successfully the next time.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Looking to throw. Glenn eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down again. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, Glenn. And that will be incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored. That's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive and just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 50.
Throwing again. Purdy.
You think you gonna get this?
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this will be caught at the 30. A huge play there in overtime. 59 yards. Well, in overtime, I think Coach is always wondering, where's that magic line for my kicker? They're already in field goal range after that big play.
I'm glad you brought that up because that magic line can change throughout the game. It's constantly being updated by teams. It starts with pregame. Okay, how do you feel? As the game goes...
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Don't throw this way.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Throwing on first down. Glenn. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Way back here, deep in their own territory, they're well aware when they throw the ball, they've got to be careful.
Let's face it, every psychologist in the world will tell you, be positive with your team right here. Tell them they're going to make big plays. I know every coach we've ever met has told his offensive team, don't hold here, right? Don't get a penalty here, because anything like that in the end zone could end the game and lose it for us, especially if they want to keep throwing it.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Back to throw. Glenn looking left side, and it's complete. 21 yards there on third down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from, working his way into the secondary.
That's caught at the 25. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters